like that. Give the gift of a clean car this holiday. Buy your certificate at NebraskaAutoDetail.com or call 402-601-5086 for an appointment today.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Leaves are falling and temperatures are cooling down, but don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Winter leagues begin on December 1st and are open for registration. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker Watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate or team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at doubleeagle.golf.
There's always a new experience to be had at Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City. From events, adventures, wine tastings, or the Discovery Ride, you can never get tired of seeing what the property has to offer. Make a weekend out of it by staying at the Lead Lodge and enhance your stay with their special packages that include luxurious treatment. Learn more or book your adventure today online at arbordayfarm.org.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the all-new Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide the smooth energy to get you through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Sometimes in life we look for rhythm and consistency. But sometimes life just needs disrupting. Welcome into your weekly Disrupt with Mike Smith, founder of The Bay. Join Mike and his local disruptor each week as they surprise people who shape their journey with a phone call. Disrupting your drive time on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is Mike Smith.
What up, Lincoln? It's drive time in the capital city. It's still kind of fall hanging on, Austin. We still got weather.
Oh, it's barely fall, but it's basketball season. Mike, you and I are overjoyed by that.
This is the time. This is
basketball season.
This is where, this is where we made it. We made it through the desert for sure. You're listening to Your Weekly Disrupt. Thanks for tuning in. Excited to be here today. We've got a couple awesome Husker tennis players in the studio with us today. We've got Conley and Reya from the ladies tennis team. Say hello, ladies.
Hello.
We are excited to have you. We are going to jump into the format. We're going to, chat with you guys about your journey, how you became Huskers, and then we've got some folks we're going to call out too. And so, Conley, we're going to start with you, and we just kind of want to hear your journey about how you became a Husker. And when I actually met Reya first, and when I met Reya, she was like, "You're going to love the tennis team. We're from everywhere. We've got people from everywhere, people from all over the place." And so I've been hearing about teammates from Russia and other parts of the world, and so I'm excited to catch up. But tell us your journey and kind of how you became a Husker.
Yes, well, I guess going back to where I'm from, I was born in Germany, and that's where my dad's from. And then I moved to Texas, and then Tennessee, and then Georgia, and then now Florida, and back to Tennessee. Back to Germany. So I've been kind of all around the country, all around the world. And I have honestly felt that has drawn me to Nebraska because our team is so international, and I really wanted to have like a lot of cultures around me and not just like be with a bunch of American girls. Like that sounds kind of bad, but I think having a lot of culture in a team really like helps just the environment to begin with. And I also knew Reya like from the beginning anyways.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think having cultures from everywhere kind of like what kind of environment does that create?
I think everyone brings I think cultures like kind of create people and their personality. And I think when you have people from a bunch of different personalities and cultures, that they all bring a like different piece to a team. And I think with tennis being only 8 to 10 girls, that we're able to all bring kind of our own part and kind of make this big puzzle. And so I think we all bring this like kind of big piece, but fits kind of a bigger piece. And a few weeks ago, we were trying to like name captains, and we were thinking like, who would even fill that role? Because we all bring this one big chunk that is like so valuable to our team. There's not one person that's like the big outspoken one, or like the loud one on court, or like the more energizer during practices. Like we all kind of bring our own little piece together, which I think is really important. But I think that comes from culture. You know, we have a girl from Japan on the team, so she's a bit more soft spoken, but like super hardworking. So she's always just like there with kind of the quiet firepower. But I feel like I'm more like the outspoken, loud energy, like let's go big red on court. And so I kind of like bring that side. And then you have like someone else that's say like a girl from Canada, she's like kind of the in between, like can be loud but not quiet. So everyone just brings their own role, which I think was something that really drew me here as an athlete.
I love that. I bet you when you start getting into like conversations around food and culture and just those things, that's when things really start to like get interesting. Who's got the best food? Which teammates got the best food game?
I want to say Emma from Italy.
Of course.
Like Italian food, there you just can't go wrong. I mean, pizza, pasta, like all the good things.
All the goods.
She is very harsh though with her Italian foods. Like if we're on the road, she'll be scrolling through like the 10 different Italian restaurants in the city, like a 20-mile radius, being like, guys, we need to go to this one because this one, like this spaghetti marinara pasta does not look right. Like we need to. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Emma, like I get it, but like we don't care. But I think it's a good thing because then she's like, it needs to be real Italian.
Yep.
But yeah, I would say her just because Italian food is always so good.
I love that. Shout out Emma and the Italian food.
Yes.
That's great. And so you didn't start your college career at Nebraska though, correct?
Yes.
So talk to me about that.
Yeah, so I spent my first year at the University of Tennessee. Since I was previously living in Atlanta, it was only 3 hours from home. So I kind of wanted to go somewhere where I wasn't too far away from home, but also could kind of get a good escape. And then at that time when I did go to college, my parents ended up moving to Germany. So there kind of was no need to be close to home to begin with. But I think that kind of hurt me a bit in the recruiting process because I wanted to stay closer to home. And so a place like Nebraska was never going to be on my mind. I was like, why would I ever go to Nebraska? Like, I honestly didn't think it was a real place until I actually visited here. I was like, there's no way people actually live in Nebraska. And so then when I entered the portal and I was talking to our coach, Herman, I was like, telling my dad, I was like, I really like him as a coach and as a person, but I'm like, it's Nebraska. Like, do I want to go there? Like, I was being so honest with him because I'm like, it was just the thought of living in Nebraska. I was like, there was nothing wrong with it, but I just never pictured myself living in the Midwest, let alone like Nebraska. Like, it was so weird to me. And I was talking to him about it and I was like, I'm really getting to know him. It's going really well. Like, he asked me to come visit and I'm like, should I go? Should I even consider it? And he's like, I mean, you might as well at this point. And I came here, absolutely fell in love with everything. I didn't even meet any of the girls on the team except one of them. So I was like taking a big risk to begin with because I didn't meet a single girl on the team, like not even our assistant coach, anything. And I called her mom the next morning and I was like, I'm going to be a Husker. And he's like, oh my gosh, no way. And I was like, I'm shocked myself too because I'm like, I'm going to be living in Nebraska now. And I was telling my friends, like, I'm going to Nebraska. They're like, what?
Right.
So the whole thing was just like a big shock for me to begin with, but I think everyone else just was like, what in the world? But they've really been able to see like my genuine happiness here, which I think is something that I was really, really looking for. And that was something that I was worried for, that I wouldn't find either a program, a team, or a coaching staff that really like allowed me to be seen as a person, but as a, like, more importantly, like a player on court. And so this environment here has been a game changer for me. And I haven't like woken up one day and like not been happy. Like, I feel like I'm smiling through weights, like even though it's painful sometimes and I'm out of breath, like always smiling at lunch, always smiling like at the courts, wherever it is in class. Like, of course, some classes you don't want to go to at certain times of the day, but you show up anyways with a good smile on your face. But yeah, I mean, I was telling Reya like early on, I was like, I'm surprised I haven't cried tears of joy yet because I've just genuinely been so happy. And it has happened twice so far. But yeah, it's just been incredible so far being here. And yeah,
I love it.
I don't really have words to describe it. It's just happiness, really.
That's awesome. Can you speak to maybe what was like the thing? Was it like the staff, the facilities, was it just all put together, or was there like at a moment you were
Yeah.
like, oh, this is the place?
I on my visit was so quick too. I think I was here for maybe like 8 hours.
Whoa.
And her mom took me around like every facility, like volleyball, basketball, wrestling, like the whole thing. Um, and I don't know, it was just a feeling. Like it was just one of those things where I was like, I think this is the place for me. And there was a different coach I was talking to in the portal, and he like asked me when I told him I was going here, he was like, what was it for you for them that it wasn't for us? And I was like, there wasn't anything wrong with your program. It was just this feeling that I had here was something I knew I had to trust my gut with. And I'm so glad I did, because it's been an incredible like 2 months, I guess. It's just felt like a lifetime, but I'm just so lucky to be here, and to have 3 more years here really just excites me for what the future has in store.
I love it. I love it. That's exciting. Have you been through your first winter here yet?
No.
Got it.
I'm scared. This week already, with it being like 30s, 40s, I have been freezing. I had to go buy some sweaters last week. Like I still need a beanie, some gloves. Like I'm about to go through it, but
You're gonna need to
yeah.
tap that athletic department goodie box and go get free gear.
Yes.
You're gonna need more than a hoodie and a beanie to
Yeah.
get through what we got going on.
I'm a bit scared.
Yeah, I'm
but
looking at your roster and it was like Florida, Texas, Georgia, Tennessee. Like you don't know the polar vortex yet, but it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming for all of us,
Mhm.
which is a very interesting thing. And so what gets you excited about like life after, you're here, you're in school, you're a student athlete, you're here to learn. What are you studying? What are you excited about? What gets you stoked, and kind of what's
Mhm.
after this for you?
Yeah, so right now I'm a sports media major.
Cool.
And I think doing that at Nebraska to begin with is just like an incredible foundation. I've already met so many people who I know can be great connections for me in the future, who either work for the athletic department already or have worked, let's say for NFL teams or other professional like athletic departments. And so I think that alone just excites me, because I'm like, once I'm done here, I'm gonna have so many opportunities, I feel like. At least I hope so. But yeah, I think the school in general, the people, the community around like Lincoln to begin with the state, I mean, even Midwest in general, just surround this like university as a whole with just so much like pride. And I think that that's something that I can really take into my future, like once I go work in the real world, is knowing that I'm coming from a place where I've had such a great foundation and using that like for my future skills. But I think that being a sports media major here is something that is really beneficial, because one, there's not a lot of programs around the country that even have a sports media program, but to be doing it here with a university that has so many athletic opportunities and just like success to begin with, I think is something that will really benefit me when it comes to things like making a portfolio or having to, go shadow, let's say like the basketball practice or something like that, or volleyball or football, like whatever it may be. I think any sport you could choose will lead you in the right direction.
That's awesome. I didn't realize Nebraska was kind of a pioneer in the sports media landscape. So not a lot of schools have that as a major.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it until I was here, because I was originally a sports management major and a journalism major. So I wanted like an in-between, and I was like, oh my gosh, sports media is like the perfect combination. And I forgot who I was talking to about it, but they were saying like, yeah, Nebraska has like one of the best and biggest sports media programs. And I was like, oh, like I would have never known just because I'd never saw it anywhere else. So I'm really lucky that I'm able to be here to begin with, but then be doing sports media at the same time is something that I'm really enjoying so far.
Awesome. That's part of the journalism department, or
Yes.
Great. Well, shout out Sherry Vale and the journalism department and all the cool stuff that they got going with sports media. That's awesome. It's so cool to see so many more reporters and like people holding microphones, and just like there's just so many more like journalists today doing that as a trade. And you just see like cool things like heard at this radio station. There's so many ways to like be a journalist today. It's awesome. What part about storytelling gets you the most excited? Is it like being there side by side, the athletes like calling the games or doing interviews or writing about it? Like which part about like the media do you get the most excited about?
I like to do more like short form content. I did the social media for my high school's Instagram, like for our tennis team.
Yeah.
And since I was on the tennis team, I feel like I kind of wanted to share the tennis team story in a way that like a lot of people wouldn't be able to see, especially with it being tennis. It's not a sport that gets a lot of media content or any type of like big stories shown anyways. And our team had won state the previous year. So I was like, let me try to do something that kind of gets us out into the open a little bit more. But I think when it comes to like college athletics or professional athletics, like just showing the excitement, I feel like, of any type of moment, even if a team isn't necessarily winning a lot or something, just those little moments of let's say a pregame something where they're all getting hype in the locker room or afterwards, a big celebration or a goal or a save. I mean, I think it's more the little things that kind of show the big picture as a whole. And I like doing things in shorter content form just to kind of show those little parts that all add up to like the big picture.
Totally. And that's what we want to see today anyway. We all want to see what's it really like, what's really happening behind the scenes. Like it's one thing to talk X's and O's or who won and who lost, but it's another thing to like actually learn about the culture and like what's going on behind the scenes. What's some things going on behind the scenes in tennis that maybe we don't know about you? I've tried to creep and like get to know the tennis culture a little bit more, and you can only find so much on social media, but what don't I know? What don't we know?
I feel like we sing a lot.
Sing a lot.
Yes. And one of our teammates is always on aux, which we wish there was a little bit more variety in the music, but we still accept it and it's okay because it's like Katy Perry, Justin Timberlake, kind of like the 2000s type of vibe, which is kind of what we grew up on, as like younger kids. But so we're just vibing all day to like Katy Perry and things like that. And on court, I feel like that can lead to kind of our unseriousness.
Sure.
But I think that represents us as a team as kind of our unseriousness. Like we're a very hardworking team, but we do it in a very relaxed way. And I think that that's something that our coaches have kind of instilled over the past years is like that's kind of what they have created the program to be, is like a very relaxed environment, but obviously with hard work being like the main focus. And I think that our team, like we're all such chill people and we're like so outgoing and just like always just having a good vibe, I feel like. And so the music is always like a big thing for us. If it's 7 a.m., like we're doing weights, everyone's like, Conley, put a good song on the car. Like we have a 2-minute drive to the courts, like put something good on. And I'm like, guys, there's always going to be something good. I'm like, don't worry. So we're always like hitting next, finding something. We turn it all the way up, like windows down, let's say, when it's not so cold outside. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I think the music is really what like people don't see from the outside.
I love that. Who never gets the aux cord? Like who's never touching it? Who's got the worst taste in music?
What? Reya? No.
I only listen to country music.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my
country's not the biggest practice.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's not always cutting it.
I'm trying. There's not really anyone that has like bad music.
Got it.
I think since we do like the culture thing again, we all come from very different backgrounds, but we kind of all like the pop kind of just like what's trendy. But we try to mix in some like Spanish music here and there. Like we'll put like some of like Yuzu's Japanese songs on our playlist or like some Italian stuff or like even like German music for me. Like we'll try to mix things in to make it like pretty diverse, but I think we just like pretty upbeat stuff. But I don't think anyone really has a bad taste.
Keeping it to that. Do the coaches ever get an opportunity to chime in or are they out?
Not really.
They're too old.
They don't really.
Understood.
I feel like they don't really care either. I mean, Maddie's like kind of in between like her mom's generation and our generation, so I feel like her music taste probably aligns kind of with ours. But they don't really care as long as we're like in a good mood, working hard during practice. They're like whatever's on the speakers works for us. So
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. And so you've it's clear that you love your teammates. You guys are kind of from everywhere. You're all over the place. This show is it's called Your Weekly Disrupt, and the question I kind of asked was, who was someone who sort of pushed you and was disruptive and was there for you? And you had someone that popped up, and this is kind of a first for the show, but you thought of a teammate, actually.
Yes, I did. I chose my teammate, Kath. We're both transfers, so we're both first years here, and I think we are both coming from programs that had pretty good success last year, and we really wanted to kind of use that as fuel for this season for this team because we know we have so much potential this year, and we're really working hard to make goals that we've set for each other and like as a team as a whole. And so I think early on, we just kind of linked together to be like, let's do this year with them. Like, let's bring what we just experienced this past year and like do that for this team. And so we kind of just like, yeah, we're the newbies and we're the new kids on the block here, but let's make an impact from the first week. And so we like, during practices, we're like, let's make sure we're always saying, let's go Red or let's go Huskers or something, like bringing the energy from the start, because what you do in the fall translates over to what happens in the spring. And we're like, let's get this going now. So then the spring comes around and we're ready to go. And so, yeah, she's had a big impact on just kind of my outlook towards being a transfer because I was worried that I wouldn't, have connections with girls super early on or not feel like I was included in things just because the girls have already all known each other for an entire year. But we have been so easily incorporated into like the team setting of everything that it's really nice to have someone that's new with you, but we've felt like we've been here for 2-3 years already together. And yeah, so I'm really lucky to have her kind of be my, like person that I hold on to, being the new person, but also we're in this together and we feel like we've been here forever. So
I love it. Well, let's call her up. Let's get her on the horn.
oh boy.
That was kind of suspenseful when it rings. We're looking for Catherine. Kath, are you there?
I am there.
Hey, what's up? Kath, you're live on 93.7 The Ticket. This is your weekly Disrupt. And so we've got a couple teammates of yours in the studio here today. And so Conley wanted to give you a call and just kind of a shout out for what you've meant to her. So we'll let Conley sort of explain why we're calling.
Yes, so I'm calling because I've chosen you as someone that has made a big impact on really just my time here so far. And I was telling them how us being kind of the new kids on the block has really impacted me, because I was like, I don't want to feel brand new into this environment. And I think that us coming in together from programs that have been pretty successful in the past, we've really wanted to incorporate that into this year's team. And I was like, yeah, let's call her up and see what she has to say, because I think that we both really want a lot for this team and we're working so hard together each and every day. And we're just really looking forward to the spring because we know that we have a lot in store.
Oh, Con. I mean, I'm totally on the same page with you there. And I mean, I feel absolutely the same way. I mean, like seeing that you were coming as well, and like you committed first. So you did the courageous move. But once I saw that I wasn't going to be the only one new on the team, and like as soon as I saw that I was going to commit, I like texted you and I was like, I was like, I'm also coming on the team. Like, I'm, like wanted to get to know you. And I don't know, I just remember seeing like your picture and like just having like the biggest smile. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get along with this girl. Like we're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we spent a lot of hours together, so I'm glad it's working out.
Yes. I think the first day we texted each other, we were like, can we just go get coffee to like meet each other? Because we were like, what are we doing here? Like, I was like, where do you live? Who do you live with? Who are your roommates? Like, we were getting to know each other for the first time ever. And we're about to be teammates for the next 3 years. And I was like, I mean, this is so crazy how life turned out like this, And I feel like we both also had very similar transfer processes. So we were just immediately bonding over like the exact same experiences, but in like very different ways, but very similar ways. And so, I've just been lucky to have someone who's experienced the exact same thing as me, but in a different way, just along for the ride. So
yeah, no, weirdly it feels like we've known each other for a while. Like it didn't take long at all.
I know.
I remember like trying to find the training room the first day and being like, do you know where it is? And like being completely lost. Thank God for like Reya and like the other girls on the team being able to like.
I still don't know where it is.
Thank God, because I'm still looking for it. But no, I think just having a partner to go through it. So
yeah.
It's awesome. I don't think people realize just how difficult it is being a student athlete. You're far from home, whole other culture. Yeah. You don't have that support system. So your teammates and those people that you kind of spend every day with, like you said, and tennis season is long. As I'm learning, like as we're talking, like there's fall, spring, like this isn't a quick thing. So you're really locked in with those same sort of 8 to 10 girls for a long period of time. So it's very cool.
Exactly.
Kat, where are you, tell the people listening, where are you transferring to Nebraska from? And like, where kind of give people a quick little update on your kind of how you became a Husker journey.
Yeah. So I played 2 years at the University of Washington and I transferred this year to Nebraska. So over the summer, I committed. And I think like I had honestly a great experience at UW. But I was looking for something a bit different. And I think similar to what Conley was saying, like I wanted to really feel like I was having a big impact on the team. And for me, like the team being successful is something like not just successful by like wins and losses, but like the improvement, the bonds, the like all of that, like that brings me a lot of fulfillment. And that's something I was looking forward to and looking for when I was visiting schools. And I think as soon as I came on my visit here and saw how much the coaches value what each of us like bring, and how like they use the people we are and our qualities and the kind of like people we are to make the team better, like on the athletic side, but like also using that human aspect. I loved seeing that as well. But I think for me also those staying in the Big Ten Conference, which is really strong, was also important, and just the level. And I think the potential of this team is huge. So, and the girls were obviously just awesome. Reya was actually the one I talked to on the phone before committing.
Me too.
And we literally,
Reya was like our middle spokesperson.
Reya's the closer.
She was literally the middle.
Coaches, like,
Call me Harvey Specter.
And,
I like
And
that.
I've learned that Reya's the yapper of the team. So it was a great thing that we got into contact, and she was just so honest about how the environment is and what to expect, and that's honestly exactly what reality has been like. So grateful for that. But yeah, I don't know if that sums it up, but
No, that's wonderful. Well, we appreciate it. You're making a difference here as a Husker. You're making a difference in Nebraska. We're going to take a short break. You're listening to Your Weekly Disrupt. I'm Mike Smith. We'll be back soon.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
This Black Friday, it is time to hit your goals before the new year even starts. At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, get 40% off our next 10-week challenge, plus 6 weeks for free to kickstart your fitness journey. Start training December 1st with kickboxing, strength training, and personalized nutrition. So when our official challenge begins January 10th, you're already ahead of the game. Spots are limited. Don't wait for January to make your resolution. Start strong now. Visit fxbeatlincoln.com or stop by one of our 2 locations at South 40th and Yankee Hill or North 70th and Vine. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Stronger starts here.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
There's always a new experience to be had at Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City. From events, adventures, wine tastings, or the Discovery Ride, you can never get tired of seeing what the property has to offer. Make a weekend out of it by staying at the Lead Lodge and enhance your stay with their special packages that include luxurious treatment. Learn more or book your adventure today online at arbordayfarm.org.
Don't be fooled by the typical holiday ads this year. A new car for your significant other is a dream, but not a likely reality. Why not upgrade the current car you have with a detail? This year's hot item is a gift certificate from Nebraska Auto Detail to make your car look and smell fully refreshed again. We all have clutter and we all make messes, but it doesn't have to stay like that. Give the gift of a clean car this holiday. Buy your certificate at nebraskaautodetail.com or call 402-601-5086 for an appointment today.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flat work, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevenson Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevenson Smith Construction slams expectations.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln area. We are going to keep this train rolling in a big way with new half-ton and 4x4 pickup trucks starting at $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You heard that right, $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You pick which one works better for you. Please stop on in the dealership and meet the team or check us out at coppellcars.com. Stock number C280930. All deals with approved credit.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Nebraska fans, Wednesday, November 12th is your chance to meet Nebraska star running back Emmett Johnson in this free exclusive event presented by Baker Bands. It all takes place at the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln at 7:30 p.m.
Johnson still on his feet for the touchdown. Too much, EJ.
Stop by, grab an autograph, and snap a picture with one of the best running backs in college football this season. The event is completely free to attend, but you can RSVP on the Baker Band's Instagram page today. It's your chance to meet Nebraska running back Emmett Johnson, Wednesday, November 12th at 7:30 p.m. at the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln.
The disruption continues now on 93.7 The Ticket. This is your weekly Disrupt with Mike Smith Live.
Welcome back. You're listening to your weekly Disrupt. We've got Reya and Conley in studio today.
Hello.
Thanks for being here. So, Conley, we just got done chatting with one of your teammates, Kath.
Yes.
Kath's from Canada, right?
Yes.
I forgot to ask which part of Canada she was from.
Quebec?
Yes.
So.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the cool
yeah.
part.
So
That's
she's
the
like
most fun
French.
part. Yeah. Very, very cool. Very cool. Well, Reya, you seem to be the glue. You're kind of like the glue to the thing right now.
Stop! I'm gonna let that get to my head.
Yeah, no, let it get all the way there. And so you similar story, transferred in, but kind of give us your like how you became a Husker journey. Would love to hear it.
So I'll start. At the age of 11, I actually went to a tennis boarding school. From 11 to 14, I lived there. Had pretty good success early on, 11, like 12 under. And then I decided to move back home to Dallas and just went to like a normal tennis academy for high school, did online school. And then junior year of high school is whenever we can start like officially like being recruited.
Yep.
So really early junior year, I was having pretty good success. And I decided on to go to North Carolina State University at 16 years old. Don't know who lets a 16-year-old commit to college, but, I convinced my parents. They were like, all right, let's do it. 2 years goes by, freshman year, I go early in the summer, and it just, I wasn't the same person as I was at 16. So things kind of got not rocky. It just like wasn't the right fit anymore. And I was like, all right, you know what? Like, let me hit the portal. I was like, okay, maybe I'm going to wait till the full year to transfer. I was like, you know what? Like, I really think I need something different. So I entered the portal mid-year in December. And honestly, like I was ineligible because I'd played in the fall because tennis has 2 seasons. So not a lot of schools wanted an ineligible player. And honestly, like our coach this year, Herman, he was new my freshman year. And we kind of both like needed each other. Like I was ineligible. He was looking to get new players because the team he got was all girls that were already there. So I was like, all right, like, is this a risk? Is this a not? And then I ended up choosing Nebraska. And honestly, it's been the best decision of my life.
I love that. That's awesome. We love hearing these, like, I came to Nebraska, fell in love with the place, fell in love with the people, the culture, like the whole thing. What would you describe if you had to kind of put words to like the culture of the tennis team? If it seems so magnetic, and you already talked about, Conley, about players from around the world. You're claiming, you also, you don't just claim Texas, you claim a very interesting
No.
Virgin Islands, right?
Yes, St. Croix, Virgin Islands. Yes, my parents moved there my senior year of high school. Well, my dad moved first, and then when I went to college, my mom decided to go down there and join him. And now it's a great place to go back, especially whenever it gets cold here. I'm actually going there in December, and for Thanksgiving, I'm going to come back with a nice tan. People are going to be like, where'd this girl get her spray tan from?
Yep.
I'm going to be like, nope, I was just at the beach, guys.
I just went home. You just went home. That's very cool. So weather pending, all that stuff, Nebraska still seems to be a spot that people love to come and play for. Talk about your tennis coaches and just the culture that they're creating and like the environment and the vibe, because it seems like they're really setting the table for something awesome here.
Oh, yeah. So the main thing for me is my family is the most important thing to me. And from my very first call with Herman, our head coach, he just really like instilled this like family mindset. And that's something that I didn't feel like I had at my previous school. And along like with the assistant coach, like I never actually even got to visit because school started January 17th, I think that year. I think it was like January 5th by the time I decided I was coming to Nebraska.
Oh, wow.
Like they had actually already left for like their first match of the year because they did like a preseason match. I wasn't even deciding to like go there yet. But from the very start, like I talked with him. He was like, you know what? Like, I don't just care about you as a tennis player. He was like, we are a family. And obviously for me, that's something very important. And that's something that I think each girl really brings into the team is that we're literally just one big family. We love each other no matter what day it is, no matter what mood you're in, you're going to be there for each other as family. Nothing personal if like something goes bad, but it really is something that's what made the difference. Because the first thing he told me, he was like, I care more about you as a person than as a tennis player. So at the end of the day, like that is what I am. I am more than just an athlete.
Totally.
I think that's something that they really just, and also they did it once I still got there. I feel like sometimes like there's been coaches that I talked to in juniors where like, yeah, they're like, oh yeah, family this, family that. And then I hear like a couple years later, some girls will leave. I'm like, oh, I thought it was family this, family that. They're like, no, family not. I'm like, oh gosh, thank goodness I did not go there.
Right.
But 2 years later, I feel closer to these girls more than anything. Same thing with Herman. Like he's always there for us. He's always a call away. Same thing with Maddie. Maddie's been like a big sister to us. It's really great. Maddie's our assistant coach. We only have 2 coaches, Herman and Maddie, and they really just constantly bring, honestly, just love each and every day.
Love that. The transfer portal is something you both got here because of the transfer portal. It's you don't think about, that wasn't part of the sports journey like 10 years ago.
Right.
Where transferring in tennis probably wasn't like super common, but now it's like it's very common to be like, I'm looking for something different. I want to level up. People are getting contacted by other coaches like, hey, come play here.
Yeah.
What are kind of the things that you think like in an athlete's mind? What are they thinking like if they're in the transfer portal? Like what's running through their head when they're trying to decide, okay, I'm breaking up with my first love. I'm headed to my second, Sometimes we move on officially from our people. We've heard that dating advice, but like what when you move on to that second one, like what's going through your mind as you're making that choice?
So for me personally, like I said, the main thing for me was family. I think where sometimes people honestly go wrong is they think about how much money can I get? What is this school giving me that other schools are giving me? But in like ways that like it's so superficial and like materialistic. Like for me, whenever I was like the most important thing is I was like, I want my coaches to care about me. I want my teammates to be more than just my teammates. I want us to actually hang out. And I think nowadays, because it's so easy to transfer, people will just choose something off of like, oh my gosh, yeah, this school is giving me this amount of money, or this school has this facilities. And while like the facilities and stuff are all great, and I mean, I'm definitely not complaining with Nebraska's facilities, but it's more like what actually matters deep down whenever, like at the end of the day, are you going to be a professional tennis player, or are you going to like hang up the racket at the end of 4 years? What is going to get you the most out of these 4 years, and what's going to make you like the best person? That's what I personally wanted to look for. I think where people sometimes go wrong nowadays is they're not looking at what actually matters, and they're looking at more like superficial things.
They want that kind of instant gratification that the transfer portal might offer to them. That's just, I think that it's just seems like such a wild west of like going after players, other teams, players, and just things like that. It's so interesting. I just find that so crazy. And so, you had talked, because we met earlier this year when I was at the university. I get a chance to speak to athletes kind of in the third year about designing a life for themselves. What does life after sports look like? Like, who are we going to be? How do we take this thing and grow to the next thing? And I always talk about like some of my failures, some of the things that were like difficult in like my journey of like even in sports. But you had almost like you called it, like you were close. And I find it so interesting because you went to like tennis school from young, and it seemed like once you got to college, it was maybe not the dream you were hoping for.
Right.
And you were right at that line.
Yeah. So from 11 and 12, I was like, I would say probably, I think I was like top 10 in the country in 12 and unders, which I love telling people now. They're like, why are you still talking about your middle school like highlights? I'm like, guys, give me a break. I'm so proud of it. But then 13, 14, 15, I kind of felt like that burnout. And then that's why I actually left my tennis school, because my parents were like, you know what? You actually need probably parents. And let's just give you a change of pace. Let's start over. I was thinking about maybe going back to high school, living like a normal like social life. I decided, I was like, you know what? No, let me give it a try at this new tennis academy. I already knew like all the girls there, because like we had like played each other in juniors all the time. You know, it really did save me like from tennis at that point. So then I started having a lot of success my sophomore, junior year. Like I said, I committed. And then honestly, like it's crazy how quick like something like can be taken away from you, because I felt like I was on top of the world. Honestly, the second I committed to college, that's actually whenever my downhill like started. So I go like a year and a half. My dad moved my senior year of high school. I feel like that probably kind of affected me a little bit. Now I really realize the bigger reason, and I'm so grateful he did.
Yep.
And, you know, honestly, like it's just so crazy how one place can just like really change you. And I am really grateful for NC State, because honestly, I never would have found my love for tennis again. I thought about maybe like decommitting before, and I was like, you know what, let me give it a shot. Like they're a really good program. It's like, maybe they'll save tennis. I get there, I realize it's not the right fit for me. The coaches helped me transfer. They knew Herman. I was very ready to quit. And then thankfully my parents, they're very nice, but you know, they're brutally honest with me and my brothers. And they told me, they're like, look, you got to give it a chance somewhere else. But they're like, if you really, really, really want to, they're like, we're obviously going to support you, because at the end of the day, like your happiness is what matters. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it one more shot and we'll see how it goes.
And that's the thing that parents can do. They can give us that kind of like loving nudge. And so speaking of parents, when I was like, hey, who do you want to call up on the show today? You decided we were going to give your mom a call.
Yes.
Well, let's see if we can ring up mom real quick.
I really hope she answers.
Is Dina there?
This is she.
Dina,
oh my gosh.
you are on live on 93.7 The Ticket. This is a show
Excellent.
called Your Weekly Disrupt, and I've got your daughter Reya in here in the studio tonight.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Ray.
How are you?
I didn't realize I'm good. I didn't realize I was so funny.
You're cracking us up already. So
It doesn't take much, I guess.
no. Well, the premise of the show is we wanted to call people who were kind of disruptive in a good way, people who gave us a push and people who were there and meaningful for us. And so your daughter was just kind of giving us a little insight into when she thought about calling it quits her first year of college. And you kind of gave her that push and she found her way here. So we'll let you guys sort of have that conversation.
So I told him how y'all are obviously really nice, but you still like to give us like hard love, and how I was like kind of debating quitting after my first year because I wasn't really loving tennis anymore, and how you just really pushed me to take that extra chance and give it a chance somewhere else. And I do remember you saying, you're like, if you try it somewhere else and you don't like it, you can't really argue with that. But I just kind of mentioned to them, like, you really just continued to believe in me and to like knew that it wasn't done for me yet.
Correct. And thank you for listening to me.
Of course. And so you, Dina, you play tennis yourself. Is that correct?
I do.
Awesome. So you played in college. We were like, do we call in the first 30 minutes or the second 30? But you were on the court right before this is what I heard.
Correct. I just got off the tennis court. I'm the director of tennis at the Buccaneer in St. Croix. I don't know if she told you that is where we lived in the Virgin Islands.
Love that.
So I have a pretty magnificent job. I look at the ocean with the palm trees, and I coach tennis, doing what I love.
Those of us triple landlocked here in Nebraska are envious
Right.
of.
I can't wait for it to start snowing.
She's excited for that. Well, so as a mom, you know, you probably found yourself in a position that a lot of athletes' parents are, where their kid has fought for this dream. They've pushed to get to this Division I place. They're right there, and maybe it's not as fulfilling as they thought, or they need a change of scenery. And so maybe speak to just like the mindset of a mom who knows what's best for their kid a little bit.
Well, we've let Reya make a lot of decisions on her own. We believe in a lot of her decisions, but when you work so hard and you put so much into it, every day we were not promised glory every day and happiness every day and easiness every day, and so you have to get through the bad times also, and that is just what I knew with her. If she could just find a place where she was happy, which is the most important, is because when you're happy, it's amazing how much better you can play at tennis. And Nebraska's just been an amazing place for her in that. I mean, Herman and his staff and the team, they're filled with laughter. And it's just refreshing when I see my daughter and she's laughing on the tennis court, because I mean it hasn't always been like that. And it's just refreshing. And Nebraska's just such an amazing place. It was such a great fit. And I mean, for Reya to find herself there, when I moved in December, and she didn't even know where she was going to fall. And so she had a lot to do herself. So she's very resilient with that. And I just pretty much said, let me know when you figure out where you're going to live in 2 weeks. Because the house,
I was living at the house by myself.
The house is about to get rented, and I'm sorry, but I am moving. I start a job in a week. This is where we're heading next. You do have a home, but it's where we live now. So Nebraska feels family for Reya, which I'm completely 100% grateful for, that she did land at the correct place, because she could not have. And I am just grateful that Nebraska took a chance on her and just all of her talents also. So shout out to everybody at Nebraska in the athletic department.
Well, we love that. We love that. Shout out to moms out there for giving us that nudge sometimes when we maybe don't see it in ourselves, but we appreciate you. Thanks for setting the model and being out there still swinging away. You know, tennis is one of those lifetime sports.
Oh, for
when you
sure.
think about something you can do forever, tennis is always something I'm like, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And absolutely. Tennis is also the world's healthiest sport at the time. So it is, studies have shown that you can live 9 years longer by just playing tennis. So everybody who's thinking about playing tennis, get out and play some tennis.
Well, if you needed any encouragement, you heard it here first. I love that. I love that. That's a big flex for the tennis players out there in the world. That's wonderful.
And it is. And not only that, you don't have to play. I mean, there's this sport called pickleball right now that just seems to be like, hey, let's go play some pickleball. We can, laugh and giggle on each side of the court. But there's also this new concept the United States Tennis Association has started called red ball tennis. It is a cross between tennis and pickleball. Shorter courts, smaller rackets, slower balls, and you still get to have social interaction in a smaller environment. And that is also a great way to learn to play tennis.
I love it.
So
I love
anyone out playing, shrink the court, shrink the space, learn in a small environment.
That's awesome. Words of wisdom from Mom. Thanks so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate you giving us the time. And thanks for sharing your daughter with the University of Nebraska. She's making a big impact, not only on the tennis court, but to recruits alike. She's drawing people in. It's a very, very cool thing. But we appreciate you, Mom.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Your mom sounds so cool.
She just really wanted to make that about herself.
No, yeah, Mom's great. Mom's
you can tell she's a tennis coach. She's getting
knows.
a whole bit on her little USDA stuff.
Hey, that was a come live in the Virgin Islands, but that was also a wonderful commercial for Nebraska. And we will take that anytime we can get it. We're going to take a break here real quick. Thanks for listening to your weekly Disrupt. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back soon.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
This Black Friday, it is time to hit your goals before the new year even starts. At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, get 40% off our next 10-week challenge, plus 6 weeks for free to kickstart your fitness journey. Start training December 1st with kickboxing, strength training, and personalized nutrition. So when our official challenge begins January 10th, you're already ahead of the game. Spots are limited. Don't wait for January to make your resolution. Start strong now. Visit fxbeatlincoln.com or stop by one of our 2 locations at South 40th and Yankee Hill or North 70th and Vine. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Stronger starts here.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Nebraska fans, Wednesday, November 12th is your chance to meet Nebraska star running back Emmett Johnson in this free exclusive event presented by Baker Bands. It all takes place at the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln at 7:30 p.m.
Johnson still on his feet for the touchdown. Too much, EJ.
Stop by, grab an autograph, and snap a picture with one of the best running backs in college football this season. The event is completely free to attend, but you can RSVP on the Baker Band's Instagram page today. It's your chance to meet Nebraska running back Emmett Johnson, Wednesday, November 12th at 7:30 p.m. at the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln. Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Diode Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diode Tech online at diodetech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. The disruption continues now. This is your weekly Disrupt with Mike Smith, live on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back. Thanks for listening. Whether you're stuck in the car, headed to practice, whatever you're up to, thanks for listening to your weekly Disrupt. We've got Conley and Reya from the tennis team in here. I've learned so much about Husker tennis, the environment, the team. Sounds like we've got a really cool family environment going on. Players from all over the world. Your mom said she loves seeing her daughter laugh. You guys spoke often about just the culture and the vibes. It's very, very cool. It makes me proud as a as someone from Lincoln to just know that our athletes are being taken care of like that people from all over the world are coming to Nebraska and are going, hey, this place feels like home. I think that's a really cool thing. Even though it's not very warm, it can still feel like home.
Warm feeling, not actually outside.
You get the warm and fuzzies, but it's definitely not warm outside. Where can folks listening, how can they show up, support, follow along? Where can they tap in? Like, let us know.
Yeah, so our team season is in the spring. Our first match is January 16th. I think that is a Friday. The times are not released yet, but if it's a Friday, it's probably in the evening, probably around 5 p.m. If you know where Hibner Soccer Stadium is, that is where our tennis courts are. It is the Dillon Tennis Center. And thank goodness we will be inside. Don't worry. Typically, we have free raffles. You can win a TV, an iPad. There's in the mornings on the Sunday matches when we play in the morning, there's always donuts and coffee. Fun fact. And Friday, sometimes I'll have pizza, if not along with the raffle. But we play every Friday and Sunday, typically every weekend, unless we're away.
Love that. Games are free.
Yes, the games are free. You can just walk right in the doors.
What a cool thing. What a family-friendly environment.
Yes.
What an awesome thing to be able to do and stop in. That's so cool. Do you have any last thoughts for folks out there as they're just getting to meet some of the tennis team for the first time?
I would just say, we're so hyped for the spring that I think if fans are hyped as well, that's really going to push us. I think tennis is a sport that doesn't always get the biggest crowd. Even 20, 30 people can make a really big difference, especially when you're at home. So every single person matters, I feel like.
Yep.
And since we have so much potential this year and we're so ready to just go tackle it, I think having some fans in the crowd will really help us and really push us, because every little ounce of energy gives us more energy, and that just makes us play better. So yeah, anybody out there who wants to come watch tennis, even if you've never seen it before, have no idea how it works, we bring some good energy. So if you're ready for a good time, either Friday evening match or Sunday morning before after church, whatever your schedule looks like, I mean, we're in for a ride. So
I love that.
I also think that people don't actually realize how fun tennis is. It's a country club sport, but come and you can talk crap to the other girls. I've had some pretty messed up things said to me while playing. You can start rage baiting them. You can start spewing. You can start saying stuff. People actually don't realize that college tennis, no, you're allowed to heckle them.
It's rowdy.
Oh no, it gets pretty loud in there. Trust me, if you think we're really nice, we're going to have some attitudes on the court. We can be quite sassy.
I like that. I like that. Well, you heard it here, Husker Nation. The best thing you can do is show up, wear red, be loud, get rowdy.
Love it.
That's what we do. That is what we do. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm Mike Smith Live. This is your weekly Disrupt. We'll catch you next time.
$93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with a light breeze. It'll be mild with a high near 67. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, the low around 36. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies and light winds with a high around 62. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher from 93.7 Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Dio Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Dio Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diotech online at diotech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
When it comes to keeping your equipment running, you've got options at Landmark Implement. Whether you need premium John Deere parts or a more economical solution, A&I parts from Landmark deliver the dependable performance you can count on with cost savings up to 40%. From filters and bearings to belts and everyday repairs, A&I parts are built to work as hard as you do while helping stretch your budget further. Stop by your local Landmark Implement parts counter today or shop online anytime at shop.deere.com and experience the Landmark difference.
There's always a new experience to be had at Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City. From events, adventures, wine tastings, or the Discovery Ride, you can never get tired of seeing what the property has to offer.